Sean is returning at you another Bitcoin video without delay. We are right in line here. Our discussion in this video will center alt currencies. Let us thus review this first chart here. What is seen here? Anticipating what? You find these symmetrical designs here. You run up, then sort of have a drawdown in this green box. This is a sideways consolidation pattern featuring downward resistance. You turn that resistance to support before blast off. Same thing, hit your head a few more times in this sideways trading channel, fall down, establish the uptrend, break over this flipping resistance to support, and then trade sideways for a little bit before the run up to the upside. Is that what approaching over the next few months? That is most definitely what is on store. Looking at the total 3 here, you can see that we have shown you this before in other charts 1, 2, 3, 4, then that upward rally shown here. Cool off 1, 2, 3, 4 rally to the upside 1.2 to 1.6, perhaps toward the $2 trillion mark. Get ready for the 3 overall. People are tired with altcoins. This is the point of the market you have to hang on for dear life and experience some suffering, but that's part of the game. If you are in pain, there is no game. Weighing in is Michael Van de Poppy. He is entirely in on altcoins. The Bitcoin guys are not advising you to do this right now. Everybody has quite varied risk tolerance. What occurred with alt? They lost 10 to 20%. Why is this so crucial? Why is this major of importance? Was sold? Not exactly. He is not changing his stance. Once you start to get some benefit, you will once more experience some suffering. If you have some dry capital, these pullbacks allow you to load up some more. Then Christian Chifoy, excuse the pronunciation, but what he's doing is purchasing good cryptocurrencies at 60% off from their all-time buys from people shouting that there is no alt season and Bitcoin's topped, etc., etc. He will be selling these alt currencies he currently purchased at a very overvalued value approaching year's end. Bitcoin guys use the same play and approach. Can you eat this part of the cycle looking at this chart? Bitcoin gathers around past all-time highs. We have been going through just this right here on this channel. Alts trickle to the last support. He's advocating $530 billion capitalization. Look here, we didn't quite make it down that low as we had a wick down to 560. Everyone is exactly 100% spot on. Then Bitcoin tears to reach fresh all-time highs. Bitcoin's still in that consolidation, hence we haven't seen that aspect of the cycle yet. Once this rips, alt-Bitcoin comparatives will bleed more versus Bitcoin. People will then quit on alts. After that, Bitcoin will settle and the alts will also gather. This occurred in 2020 and 2021 backstage. Looking at this chart, this is the alt market if we enlarge here. Alts have a 20% downside. We then simply ascend straight up to the top. Bitcoin rose as altitudes dropped 20%. Alts then came after as well. Played with patience is this game. This has not become rich fast. You have to know whatever phase of the cycle we are in if you are engaged in swing trades. Right now marks the patience period. Here we have displayed this difference. It's a bearish difference. The dominance of Bitcoin is continuing stair-stepping its way up, although you are seeing downward deviations. On the MACD, lower lows and lower highs. This suggests that the dominance will be rolling over. Once more, patience plays a role. From Bitcoin to BB, we share this opinion exactly 100%. Your dream life will arrive 1 year from now if your portfolio set appropriately. Those who question you will seek your guidance and pass for pals. Over the next 12 to 18 months, you will make so much money that you will experience financial freedom the way you have always yearned. Is this a reality you live in? According to Bitcoin dudes, sure. The charts indicate that the alt market will soon exhibit a lot of upward momentum. We are able to execute that kind of swing deals. We are still in a bull market, hence right now is the time to be in the market, purchasing these declines, and avoid any anxiety. Right here, cycle to cycle, we could find a possible identical peak. Peak of 2017, peak of 2021, peak of 2025. Connecting all these peaks between 20,000 and 65,000 will take you up to these levels here, over 300,000, 400,000 per Bitcoin. Is that what is on the cards? We clearly seem to be in this flag pattern, so cannot make this stuff up. Upwards channel falls between 3 to 400,000. Looking at these graphs as well. From 1,970 to 1980, gold did, Bitcoin appears to be doing, seems somewhat similar. To review this trend, look out 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the Bitcoin market, there is a great, enormous possibility here. For this fifth leg, this is virtually exact. By year's end, this is saying up to 200,000. This could be a grab on liquidity. Research this fifth leg, what gold did from 1970 to the 1980 to what Bitcoin is poised to do. We live in two quite comparable fields. Mike Novogratz is weighing in on what he observes for the rest of this market for Bitcoin in the crypto industry. Let's listen to Mike. Let us begin with the straightforward matters first. Let us start with Bitcoin in the crypto scene, since we are flirting with the $70,000 mark. You occupy this seat. We had been here for some time now. As you observe in the crypto scene presently, is there greater upside or downside risk? Listen, I believe we are becoming slanted from the top down. Just the fact that we are at a crypto event at Bloomberg reveals the distance we have gone from 2015, 2016, 2017. We arrived at the finish line. When I say that, DC has at last agreed in theory that bipartisan crypto legislation is absolutely necessary. Although we still have a few holdouts, the previous 2 weeks have been quite favorable in advancing the Democrats seeing this. They wish it not to be a political matter. That which was a headwind is turning into a tailwind. Right now, it's not a complete tailwind. There are governments among us that continue to spend without restraint. For the story of Bitcoin, this is absolutely potent. Then all of a sudden you hear, wait a minute, the pension fund of Wisconsin about $140 million of Bitcoin. There isn't a lot of sellers when more pension money and comes through new institutions open. The question we know you detest then, where do we call off the year? Listen, should we remove the $73,000 within the next week or two? We will finish the year with $100,000, either somewhat more or less there. Markets behave. They establish ranges. You get a good extension when the top of the range breaks. The bottom of that spectrum began at about $40,000. $40,000 to $70,000, then $70,000 to $100,000. That is a decent enough aim.